Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, it's been a few days since we've last uploaded, and I miss you guys all a bunch, but right now we have been number one in the works of doing some recovering from some medical issues, which have been kind of delaying the video, so I apologize for that. And of course, too, we're getting a lot of things prepped up for our upcoming big major channel changes. So if you guys are also hyped up for that, can't wait to go and do some better video qualities for you guys. We've mentioned this a few different times, but that'll be probably our next big major step. In the next probably month or so, should be all fully rolling with some testing periods in between. So major shout out to my nice little worker slash my nice editor. So we'll give you guys more details on that in the near future. But keep me a few more days. We are still recovering. I may make a community post. So thank you all for your patience. I can't wait to make better videos soon. But this video, we have an intriguing one. Now, we've had a little bit of a negative Nancy, vibe going on when it comes to the PlayStation, even the original PlayStations. Not fun. Not really the biggest fan of seeing issues popping up, consoles breaking, issues popping up. Not a vibe. Not cool. So we're gonna go talk about that. So subscribe if you guys are new, leave your likes and comments down below. And like I mentioned, the last video we made was discussing how some consoles had a potential issue with liquid metal, things dripping down, and just not a good vibe. We don't want these old consoles having issues. A lot of people have bought in consoles, millions upon millions, and I'm sure some of us watching as well. Now, the PS5 Pro have had mostly zero issues, but we're seeing now some kind of bigger slogs going on for upcoming games, mainly Death Stranding 2. Now, I have seen gameplay of Death Stranding 2. I have not had a chance to check it out yet on my Twitch, which I'm mad about. I have not had a chance to even really use my Switch 2 because I've been doing this medical stuff recovery. But, well, people now are apparently saying Death Stranding 2 is just crashing consoles. It's overheating, the game is too intensive, and some people are actually having issues. Now, I'm sure there's some people watching, though, who have had zero issues. I'm sure some people who will have no issues. And my main console's usually been going pretty good. But these last few days, we've been seeing a larger intake of this, and it's maybe been discussed a little bit, but I want to talk about it myself. Where, as we mentioned over here, a lot of people are saying that Death Stranding 2 players are saying it's overheating their consoles. As I mentioned in our prior video too, we've just been seeing some slowly slogging of these older consoles. It has been getting close to 5 years, so it makes sense. There is going to be issues, and there's going to be long-term issues, and I'm sure there's going to be a few more throughout the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years, and I'm sure it'll be various. Some people are going to be unlucky. Sometimes the hardware is weird. Maybe when your console was shipped, it was weird. Maybe it was stored weird. Maybe you had it horizontal instead of vertical. Maybe you had kids. Maybe you played 15 hours a day because you were just in college, summer break, whatever, and your console went through different stuff. That's normal. It's expected. There's issues, that's why we have warranties, but let's hope it's nothing long term. But over here saying some Death Stranding 2 players are reporting that the game is making their PlayStation 5s overheat. While initially thought to be fixed by a recent patch, Death Stranding 2 players are still experiencing this issue. The follow-up to a Strand game, Death Stranding, has been a major success, and I've seen it looks amazing. I can't wait to play it. It's also one of the highest rated games of the year, and if you guys have played it, let me know how you guys like it, with gamers and critics alike celebrating the game. Unfortunately, though, some players are finding difficulty actually being able to even enjoy the title. Players on social media are reporting that while they're playing Death Stranding 2, their console's fans have been turning up, ramping up, turning on to high speeds, and the PlayStation 5 displays an overheating warning, and mostly seems to be impacting the original PlayStations and also a little bit on the Slim. Though at least one PlayStation 5 Pro player mentioned that while the game didn't get a warning, their console was extremely hot while playing the game. And other people have also kind of confirmed it, that either their consoles are running extremely hot, but it just means the game itself is very taxing, there's a lot of details, and I actually kind of like that. Not that it's crashing, not that there's issues, but that the game is good, that they put effort. There's textures and details and stuff on the map that really matter. To me, that's awesome. That's cool. I want that. I don't want my console crashing as we do it. So we all have Reddit threads over here. People are talking about this throughout these past few days. I'm playing the game on the base PS5, and overall it runs great. The graphics are stunning, and I've had no issues during regular gameplay. But as soon as I pause the game and the map screen comes up, the fan suddenly goes into overdrive, and I get an overheat warning. It's strange because everything else is running smoothly, even during these long gameplay sessions. And some people are saying this might be an uncapped frame rate thing. And that happens actually to me on my PC even. It's it could be a PC in more of a coding issue, where it kind of instead of it being capped at let's say a 70%, Let's say maybe you have a car as well, but it's capped at like 70% during the game, so it doesn't overheat. And then during maybe the menu, it's at like 5,000%. So your GPU and CPU can be running at speeds it shouldn't be going. Like in a maybe a good comparison, you're driving your car. Speed limit's 55. You can go 55, maybe 60, no problem. You're good to go. It's been tested, field tested. But if you're then on this unlimited frame rate wise, it might be going to like 130. And well, I'm sure most cars can mostly be fine. Sometimes if your car is not used to it, it's older, it's not been maintained well, it running at 130 miles per hour or 130 frames per second when it should be at 60 can lead to issues, things running really hot. And we've seen issues, like I said, even with the PS5 Pros coming out. But people have been discussing this, and we also saw some of this as well with Monster Hunter Wilds. Consoles were getting a little bit overheated. Textures are going hardcore during big loading scenes. Like we've seen this especially with the PS4. Good examples like Cyberpunk. It just wasn't, the tech wasn't there. It was a little bit too hardcore. It wasn't well optimized. And I'm not saying that Death Stranding's a bad game by any means, definitely not. But there is a few caveats that the consoles are getting a little older and people's consoles are breaking. Now, thankfully for this, it seems more of an overheating is a temporary issue. So you deal with it for 20 seconds, you restart your console, you let it rest for a few minutes, air out. It also even maybe be even like airflow things. Maybe you just have an older console, haven't cleaned it for dust. Please make sure to go do that if you guys haven't done so already. But just, it does happen. As consoles are getting older, it will go and happen. Even some comments are like, hey, mine's running fine. Playing Final Fantasy, a bunch of nonsense, everything's all good, no problem. But also some people even saying, hey man, my fans were being quite loud, it's kind of bumping. I'm sure a lot of you guys remember like the PS4 airplane memes. You were on a game at the more end of the life cycle and it was running hardcore. Now we're still in the middle, I'd say, of the life cycle. It will get more intensive over time. And that's a good thing. Like I want games to look better. I want games to utilize the PS5. I want them to be optimized though. And I don't want to have more issues involved. But thankfully a lot of people are like, hey, this is all good. Mine's been fun too as well. I've had 0 issues on top of this dude as well, which is like what we want. We want this to be good. We want things mostly to be fine too as well. But once again, there is many reports out there. So even if like 95% of people are chill, it's a problem. Like it is something that's affecting people because, well, we're seeing Reddit threads, we're seeing tweets about it, we're seeing comments about it. So ideally it's fine. Ideally you're like consoles like mine, my OG baby. But we have to be aware of this, that it might happen sometimes, maybe older consoles, maybe games aren't optimized and it does stuck. Players have been experiencing and troubleshooting the issue among themselves, switching between the performance and quality mode, shifting the PS5 between horizontal and vertical alignments, and improving ventilation. However, none of these efforts seem to have much of the impact though, and fans have narrowed down the game seems to run fairly well in general, with the only problem occurring when they go to the map screen. So once again, that kind of leads more towards what we were talking about a few minutes ago, where it might even be like an optimization issue and your consoles themselves can just not running perfectly, weird settings, and like it's kind of almost an overclocked GPU, CPU, and that's probably be more inclined with the normal PS5, because the PS5 Pro has a better heat sink, better GPU, APU optimization, CPU, so it can kind of handle the load a little bit better, which is good. But still, please be careful for this because other games, even indie games, may have these similar issues. But also does lead towards the fact that some people who may have just not taken care of their consoles, maybe has dust, whatever, might lead towards it too on top of that. There's also some report that mere seconds there can cause the system to start overheating, while there's left it on the map while away for several minutes, only return that it had found that it was overheated at that point. It's not clear why the map is also triggering this at some point. Some people also theorize too as well, it might just temporarily uncamp the frame rates too as well, so the original PS5 GPUs might be donezo, and that also would lead towards other similar issues. I was just saying for like Monster Hunter Wilds, where you just have an open world, you let it run too long, it gets a little bit just not optimized, the heat's just not good, like it's just an older console, it might have some issues, I mean, PCs have these issues sometimes too. Game settings sometimes have these issues too. People on like, say, Steam, etc. have issues. I've had the most random issues on my console throughout the years as well. So it's just something to kind of note that just be careful with this. There should hopefully have been some good patches and can still have it. Apparently this patch is not also limited to as well. But like just as we get longer into this life cycle, we are seeing more effects of the older consoles not being as optimized, not being as well, crashing, or even having liquid metal spewing on out. I don't want to be like a doomer over here on the YouTube channel because I like my PS5. I've had zero issues with it. But this is, I think, kind of stuff to report on. So let me know your thoughts and comments down below. Be careful playing your games so you don't break your console. Subscribe if you guys are new. I appreciate y'all for watching. Well, I'm still on a break, but I'll see you guys all soon.